people that insist on drinking and driving are putting the courts before the hearse. This was rightfully said by Gilbert K. Chesterton. Driving under the influence of alcohol is a serious offense in India, and it can lead to major fines and imprisonment. With just 1% of the world's vehicles, India accounts for 11% of global deaths in road accidents, the highest in the world, according to a report by the World Bank in 2021. Hi, this is Lalremtluangi, and you're watching Legal Bites. Today, let's talk about drunk driving, the legal drinking age in India, when a person is considered to be drunk driving, the dangers of drinking and driving, the role of alcohol in accidents, legal consequences of drinking and driving, whether drinking in a car is illegal, and what can we do to avoid accidents caused by drunk driving. Let's first talk about the legal drinking age in India. The legal drinking age in India differs from one state to another. In most states, the legal drinking age is 21 years. In some states like Goa, Puducherry, the legal drinking age prescribed is 18 years, while some other states like Bihar, Gujarat, Nagaland, and Mizoram, and the Union Territory of Lakshadweep has completely banned the sale of alcohol. It is worth noting that even in these states where the legal drinking age is 18, the purchase and consumption of alcohol by minors is prohibited and can result in severe legal consequences. These variations in the price and laws revolving around alcohol are due to the inclusions of subject of alcohol in the state list, which comes under the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution, giving the state the jurisdiction to decide their law relating to this. Now let's talk about when a person is considered to be drunk driving. Let's take a note here that mere intake of alcohol and driving does not amount to the offense of drunk driving in India. To check the offense of drunk driving in India, one's alcohol level in blood has to exceed 30 mg per 100 ml of blood. That is to say, driving under the influence of drunk driving as per Section 185A of the Motor Vehicles Act. If the alcohol level in the blood is lower than required as mentioned in Section 185A of the Motor Vehicles Act, then it cannot be said that one is under the influence of drunk driving. Now let's talk about the dangers of drinking and driving. The ultimate dangers of drunk driving is that you don't just put your life on the line, you put someone else's life in danger along with yours. Alcohol tampers with one's coordinations, resulting in poor coordinations, slurred speech, slowed reflexes, blurred visions, decreased visions, and self-control. All these mentioned scenarios result in higher risk of accidents. Drivers who drink and drive are much more likely to be involved in crashes than those who do not. Alcohol has played an important role in accidents. So now let's talk about the role of alcohol in accidents. According to the latest report of the National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB, driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol contributed to 1.9% of the total accidents, which resulted in injuries to 7,235 people and 2,935 deaths. Overspeeding and careless driving were two major causes of road accidents that claims around 87,000 and around 42,000 lives irrespectively in the country in the year 2021. According to the latest data from the Ministry of Transport and Highway in 2022, driving under the influence of alcohol contributes to around 7% of all road accidents and about 7.5% of all road accidents deaths in India. This is a clear indication that alcohol-related accidents are a significant problem in the country, and this clearly highlights the need to strictly enforce the laws relating to drinking and driving. Now let us talk about the legal consequences of drunk driving in India. Drinking and driving has proven itself to be hazardous to life. The activity of drunk driving is a criminal offense in India. Drunk driving can have many legal consequences. Number 1, the Motor Vehicle Act. Number 2, the Indian Penal Code. Additionally, it can also have consequences on vehicle insurance policy. The Motor Vehicle Act, if you look at Section 185A from the Motor Vehicle Act, the maximum permissible blood alcohol concentration limit for driver of motor vehicles is 30 mg of alcohol per 100 ml of blood. This limit applies to all drivers, regardless of their age or the type of vehicles they are operating. The penalty of drunk driving is prescribed under Section 185B in the Motor Vehicles Act, which lays down punishment for driving by a drunken person or by a person under the influence of a drug. For a first-time offender, the penalty is 6 months imprisonment or a fine, which may extend to 10,000 or both. For a second or subsequent offender, if committed within 3 years of similar offence, is punishable with imprisonment for a term up to 2 years and or with fine of 15,000 rupees or with both. Now the question is the fine the same for all types of vehicles? Yes, the penalty imposed for drunk driving is the same for all vehicles, be it two-wheeler, three-wheeler or commercial vehicles. Accidents or misconduct caused by drunk driving not only attract offence under the Motor Vehicles Act, it also attracts penalty from the Indian Penal Code. Negligent and rash driving, which includes driving under the influence of alcohol, is a criminal offence and is punishable under the Indian Penal Code Section 279. Under Section 279 of IPC, it has been laid down that if the person, while under the influence of alcohol, drive from the public way in a rash and negligent manner, any vehicles or rides or any public way in a manner so rash or negligent as to endanger human life, or to be likely to cause hurt or injury to any other person, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 6 months or which fine which may extend to 1,000 rupees or with both. Currently, in most cases where drunk driving causes death, the accused is charged under Section 304A of the Indian Penal Code, which is punishable by 2 years prison sentence, a fine or with both. Let's try to understand this with case law. In the famous case of Alistair Anthony Perari versus State of Maharashtra in 2012, the driver Alistair was under the influence of alcohol and ran into pavement with his car, killing 7 people and causing injuries to 8 people. FIR was filed under Section 304 of IPC and Section 185 of the Motor Vehicle Act along with other sections. The High Court convicted him for offence under Section 304, Part 2 and under Section 338 and 337 of IPC. The conviction of the High Court was upheld by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that if an accident is alleged to have been caused by intoxication, the investigating agency must file a case under Section 304 of the Indian Penal Code. Now let us talk about consequences of drunk driving on vehicle insurance policy. The vehicle insurance policy does not cover drink and drive fine. Neither does an insurance policy cover any accidental damage causes to your own vehicle or a third party under the influence of alcohol or drugs. One must make sure to drive when entirely sober to save one's life and that of others while driving. Drinking norms vary from state to state in India. Drink and drive rules apply uniformly throughout the country. It is unlawful and prohibited to drink and drive according to the Motor Vehicle Act. Driving under the impact of alcohol or drugs is treated as a criminal offence and even an insurance claim is not admissible. The question that is most frequently asked is it illegal to drink in parked car in India? As a legally aware citizen, we ought to know that drinking in public places is not entirely legal in India. Under Excise Law, City Police Acts, also under IPC, those who drink in a car or on any vehicle can be charged on the ground of public nuisance. It is generally believed that if a car is moving or has been parked on the road after leaving your house or is in any public places, that it will be considered to be in public place and all those works that cannot be done in the car too which are banned in public places. For instance, in Delhi, drinking in public places is not allowed. The consumption of alcohol in public places such as streets and park is prohibited in Delhi as per the Delhi Excise Act of 2009. Now let's talk about ways to avoid drinking and driving. So if you're gonna drink, just remember these tips to make sure you don't drive where you're under the influence. Make sure you don't drink if you know you have to drive after work. Book a cab or auto to take you wherever you're going. If you're going out as a group, pick a designated driver who won't be drinking. Persuade a friend who's drunk not to drive. So don't take chances with your own life and the life of others. Don't drink and drive, and always remember to drink responsibly. Remember, a smart decisions can save lives. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to Legal Bites today.